But sure, confusing does it?
Yeah, nothing is irritating in learning. It only, many times when we don't understand, it becomes irritating. So we should make
Yeah.
efforts to understand. Okay, chalo, let's start. So we will start with the RICC. Okay,
Yes.
so I'll share my screen and we'll take some examples to understand RICC. So RICC is basically opposite of RACC. So how did we find RACC and CACC? We found
Yeah,
GACC,
GICC. Yes.
then we went to CACC,
Yes.
and from there we went to RACC.
RICC.
Okay, now uh, GICC is general inactive clause coverage. That clause which is not affecting in the GICC, that it was a clause which was
That is affecting.
affecting the predicate. Here it is the clause which is inactive.
Hmm.
So and in this there is no GCICC. It
Yeah.
goes directly to RICC. Okay, and here only I will cover that if you take all the coverage criterias, then you have got uh, GACC, you have got CACC, you have got RICC, you have got RACC, and you have got CACC. Out of this, only this remember that RICC.
Sir, you have written CACC twice.
Okay, okay, sorry. So here, what it will come? It will
RICC.
G
GICC.
DICC. Okay. So this CACC which is there, it subsumes your predicate coverage,
Okay.
and RICC is the only one which subsumes both predicate coverage and it also subsumes your clause coverage.
Okay.
So this we have to remember. So this is one of the most important. If we are able to meet the RICC test requirements, then we can cover both predicates and all the clauses. However, okay, RICC in many cases it becomes infeasible. So we will take an example how to find like a RICC. We just take an example of A and B and C. Okay, so we will make a truth table for that, and this is your predicate. True, true, true. This becomes true. This is true, true, false, false, true, false, true, false, false, true, true, false. This is true, false, 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 true, false, false, true, false, 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 false. So in this RICC, so if we have to find, so in this first of all, we find the GICC before going to RICC. And again, it is in relation to some clause A. So we take, for example, there is a clause A and we have selected. So in this, the clause A not determining the P, it means when A is equal to true, your P is equal to true. And when A becomes false, then P also remains false, true only. Okay. Similarly, when P is equal to false, P is equal to false, A is equal to true, P is equal to false, A is equal to false, P is equal to false. So these are the four conditions we can say that A is not determining P. Is this clear, Kabir?
Yes, it is.
Yes, it is clear, sir.
So now from here, what do we do? We identify those rows where these conditions are meeting. So we say 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. And we find for both P is equal to true and P is equal to false. So see, A is equal to T and P is equal to T. This is applicable only in, so I write, for example, TT. It is in only row 1. Okay.
Yes.
And A is equal to false and P is equal to T. It is not available anywhere.
Yes.
So this is not. So we can say that there is no GICC, and if there is no GICC for A, then there will not be an RICC also for P is equal to true.
Okay.
Okay. Now we come to false.
So,
So true and false, we can see 2, 3, and 5. True, false is 2, 3, 5. False, false is 4, 6, 7, 8. False is 4, 6, 7, 8. It means
yes.
we have got 3 into 4, 12 combinations where this GICC alpha is feasible for P is equal to false. Now from here, we will derive again like we did in the GACC. Then now we will find the RICC. So RICC clause is what? That your minor clause has to remain same.
Yes.
Has to remain same.
So from the GICCs, we will filter out the RICCs.
Yes. So now we have got, for example, we have got 2, 4, 2, 6, 2, 7, 2, 8. Okay, 3, 4, 3, 6, 3, 7, 3, 8, 5, 4, 5, 6, 5, 7, and 5, 8. And one by one we can check and we can keep on discounting. So let's check 2 and 4. 2 and 4, it is not there. Okay, the clause is not meeting. 2 and 5 not meeting. So here only we can check which is meeting the requirement. This is TF, and where is our next TF is here. So one RICC will become 2 and 7.
7.
Okay, 2, 7 is there in our this. Okay, so
Yes.
2, 7 is there. 2, 4, 2, 6 will not be there. 8 will not be there. Similarly, for 3 we check. This is FT, and this is FT.
6, yes.
So 3, 6 is there. Rest all 3 we can cut.
Yes.
3, 6, 3, 7, 3, 8. Now 5
So you
is
cut 6.
3, 6.
You cut 3, 6 also.
Oh.
Down.
Okay, sorry, my mistake. So 3 and 6. Now we come to 5. 5 is FF, so 5 and 8.
5 and 8, yes, FF.
Okay, so these are the RICC for alpha. So we have written 5, 8. Okay, so we form 2 and 7, 3 and 6, and 5 by 8. But remember, this is only for P is equal to false.
Yes.
Okay, so these kind of questions I have seen in the PYP, that these kind of questions have been asked, that okay, for P is equal to false, okay, feasible and all that. However, now if you go and say that is RICC feasible for this set, feasible for this? So
The entire predicate?
yeah, entire predicate will not be feasible.
It won't be feasible.
Because it is only feasible for false.
False.
True is not false. Okay. So this is the way how to find a. So there are 2 steps only to find RICC. Step 1, find combinations for GICC, and now from that find RICC.
Okay. And a GICC is that the major clause should no, so the predicate should be the same even if the major clause is changing.
Yes. If the major clause changes, it is T true, it is false, it remains true. Then only it means that A is not determining P.
And RICC is the minor clause has to be the same.
Minor clauses have to be same, constant.
Okay, understood.
Okay, so this is the only thing. Now with this, any other doubt about any concept of weak fight? I can
Yeah,
cover
yes,
it.
sir. Just repeat what was GACC then?
GACC.
Yes.
GACC means that this A major clause which is there,
Huh.
it is determining
Okay.
P. GICCA means major clause A is not determining P.
Understood.
Okay. So this is the okay. So can we go fast through all the concepts? I have got all the everything
Yes.
here only in this, so I will
Yes.
cover it only. Actually, the lectures, na, they are not structured properly. If they would have structured properly, it would have
Hmm.
become much more easier to understand. So we have understood what is a predicate, what is a clause, what is a predicate coverage, what is a clause coverage. Predicate coverage does not mean clause coverage. Similarly, all clause coverages, they don't mean predicate coverage. There have been examples, just remember this.
Okay.
Now, there is another concept called satisfiability and tautology. Satisfiability means that for one combination, at least the value comes to be true. For example, x and y, for one value, it will come true. So it is satisfiable. Okay.
Yes.
But if there is some clause for which all combinations it should come true, then it is called tautology.
Understood.
Okay. So it is satisfiable x and y, but not tautology. So that is
Understood.
a tautology, variable functions, predicates we have seen, predicates and clauses we have seen, satisfiability I have covered, logical criteria, clause coverage. When we cover all the clauses, then it's called clause coverage. Predicate coverage means that both the predicates have to be covered. Predicate is true and predicate false. Clause coverage does not subsume predicate coverage. Similarly, predicate coverage does not mean clause coverage.
Okay.
Combinatorial coverage means that we are taking all the combinations, and when we do that, so then combinatorial coverage will achieve both predicate coverage and the clause coverage. However, it is very, very costly. To achieve combinatorial coverage, we require 2 to power n conditions,
Okay.
where n is the number of clauses.
Understood.
So as number of clauses increase, your test requirements they increase for the combinatorial coverage. So from the combinatorial coverage, we came to active clause coverage. Active clause coverage means that clause which is determining the predicate. And from here only we came to GACC,
Hmm.
CACC, and RACC.
Yes.
GACC is nothing; it is active clause coverage. CACC we discuss how to find CACC, and then we found RACC. So
Yes.
that is there. So that we have covered. So this material I got from some outside resource. I will share a document with you on WhatsApp.
Okay.
It's a very
Okay.
good document here to understand.
Okay.
Much better than our lectures. And these are the steps. Okay, from there only I got these steps. And today finally with these steps my fundamentals became clear about GACC, CACC, and RACC.
Okay.
Okay, and this is the example we discussed for GACC. Then on the PYPs, I have shared this document. I have on this concept all the previous year question papers I have solved. Then we inactive clause coverage just now we discussed. Okay, so we have seen the GICC and RICC, and we have discussed the steps here how like I said, RACC can become infeasible in many practical solutions. Similarly, RICC can become. These are the PYPs from all these week 5 concepts here. So this is there on WhatsApp. Okay, you can save that. You can go through that. This
Okay.
good, and all your concepts will become clear. And here what I wanted to cover. Just now I covered this clause coverage and all that. We go further. Feasibility CACC and RACC through an example, not required from exam point of view. This is an important diagram. You should see this. See, combinatorial coverage has got 5 parts. It covers RICC, it comes to CACC, it takes GACC, it takes GICC, and it takes RICC. And out of this, GACC uh, does the clause coverage and GICC does the clause coverage. Only CACC is the one which does the predicate coverage. And sorry, my mistake. Earlier I had said RICC. This is the GICC, which does both predicate coverage and it does clause coverage. So if we are able to satisfy this GICC, then we achieve both clause coverage and the predicate coverage.
Understood.
So there are some questions from this diagram. So please remember this. We have to understand only these 5 arrows and clause coverage and predicate coverage.
Okay.
Which is subsuming which. Okay, then test cases for ICC criteria. This is this. Oh, so again, in this theory, what they have done, they are repeating. If they would have covered this earlier, our life would have become much easier.
Yeah.
Okay, so with this logic coverage, RAPI criteria, this example, very long example was there. These are the PS and GS. So with this, finally in this week, what I found in the PYPs, most questions are one odd question is satisfiability and tautology questions are there, and most of the questions are on this only. Your RACC, CACC, and RICC. Most of the questions. So if these concepts are clear, you will be able to hack it.
Done.
And these are other questions. And chalo. So this was the RICC part. I hope it is clear.
Yes, sir, it is clear.
On the RICC, then we can cover
Okay.
again also.